What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ysn Power Hour for this awesome Monday, getting ready to kick off the week. I'm on location in Salem, getting ready to do a little baseball, Salem and Crestview. To the box to the right of me, we got Billy and Quinn. They're getting ready to do the Canfield game against Newton Falls. Jeff getting ready to take off down the road. Jeff, what game do you have tonight?
Poland versus Jefferson.
There. Who?
Poland versus Jefferson.
Oh, I thought you said Perry versus Jefferson. I was like, when did we get Perry?
Shut up, Billy. Hope you get shot in the face. That's mean. With a paintball gun. With a paintball gun, not a real gun, all right?
Dang, Jeff, take it back a notch.
I'm sorry.
Billy, do you accept that apology?
Hell no.
No.
You know what you're getting
Coach Seidel is going to be joining me, it sounds like, in Salem here in just a few minutes. But first, we got some business to tend to, boys. Power Hour coming at you. A big weekend. We saw some good baseball, some great softball. And naturally today, it is National Deep Dish Pizza Day. And that coincides with everything that we have going on at YSN with our March Pizza Madness bracket. And let me tell you something. The voting was tight. We're going to release it later tonight, and we will have our championship match. We will all come to a head on Friday. You can get out and vote for the final two. But I'll tell you what a show out, what a turnout for the March Pizza Madness bracket. So we'll release that tonight. But it's National Deep Dish Pizza Day, guys. Are you in favor of deep dish pizza? Jeff, we'll start with you because I think I already know what you're going to say.
No, it's worst pizza. It's worst pizza in the entire world. I hate it. It's too much sauce and it's stupid, and keep it in Chicago. We're good. Youngstown has the best pizza in America, so that's what it is.
And what pizza is that, Jeff?
Oh, the Ownton pizza is the best pizza in Youngstown.
Look at you giving the free plug. I like it. Quinn, you had kind of a face whenever Jeff said that. What are you thinking?
Jeff's an idiot. Yeah. Jeff's an idiot. I agree, though. I don't like that kind of pizza, so I will agree with that. But Pizza Joe's is the best pizza, Jeff. We all know that.
Okay.
I was waiting for the
yeah.
I swear to God today, Billy, I will slap you in the face. I will drive to Canfield, slap you in the face, and then go to Poland.
Welcome back.
What about you, Billy? Are you a big deep dish guy?
Sure. There's a deep dish we got during the lockdown last year. We ordered from Chicago. It was started with a D. I can't remember the company, so I mean it's whatever.
Giordano's?
Maybe. You're laughing at me. But yeah, it was really good. It came in. It was great. You just threw it in the oven. It was great. It was fantastic. I'm a big deep dish guy. I like deep dish. We don't have a whole lot of deep dish around the area, so.
He says Giordano's. We had it actually at Giordano's a few years ago. It's awesome. The cheese just keeps on going. Like you cut it, and it just stretches and stretches and stretches.
It's fantastic. So Jeff is an idiot. So
Matt, how about you?
Yeah, I'm usually not a deep dish guy, but there's a place over in Canton, just over by the strip over there, and it's called Danny Boys. And they do this deep dish pizza, and it's almost more like a calzone because then there's another layer of crust on top. It's like a super deep dish with another layer of crust on top, and you get marinara sauce to dip it in. It's fantastic.
Wow. That sounds – I mean, is calzone considered a pizza, or is it like its own category?
I'm not sure. I think you could consider its own category, but it does – come in the shape of a pizza and a pizza tray, and the old Pizza Hut style with the hot tray when it comes out.
I like that. See, I'm more of a thin crust guy, but Giordano's I was all over because you have to try it once, right? But it takes a special type to make a good deep dish pizza because deep dish I feel like you can't get away with if your sauce is bad. Like Jeff said, he said there's too much sauce, but if the sauce is good, you want more of it. But Sunrise Inn, I think, does a great pizza in Warren, deep dish style. So give them their props. And again, March Pizza Madness coming at you. We'll have the championship matchup tonight. We don't want to interfere with the NCAA final. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. So the NCAA championship. And then and you can vote all the way up until Friday. So have that ready, and then you'll go into the weekend, and we'll have one champion, and we'll have a trophy. I think we're going to give a trophy and a couple shirts away. So
vote Mary's Pizza.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Mary's Pizza made the finals.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Giordano's is in Canton now. What? No.
It's news.
Wow.
To me.
That's big news to me. Paige says go Baylor.
Yeah.
I think we all know who I'm rooting for. Gonzaga.
Okay.
Jeff, are you okay with that?
No, I hate Gonzaga. I really do. Anybody but them. They play pansy
Anybody
ass.
with them?
They play a pansy ass schedule. They shouldn't be in it anyways.
But they beat everybody that's been put in their way.
I don't care. I hope they lose. I hate the dude that goes like this and like I hate him. He's a douchebag. So get him off the court. He got bailed out against UCLA. He gets bodied inside all game, and they bail him out because he's too. I hate him. I hope they lose.
Matt, you see this? Giordano's is across from the Belden Village Mall.
I'm gonna have to stop it and try it out.
Yeah, why don't you grab a couple of those?
Bring them down there to sell them with me.
Come on down. It's across from the mall, says AMO. So, I mean, these guys know where it's at. You're supposed to be our resident food expert.
Well, I don't know
especially
about
out that way.
I don't make it over to Canton very much.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm always coming to Youngstown. Because Sebring's part of Youngstown.
Shut up. No, it's not. Not even close. Quakers taking BP. I'm here for the Crestview Salem game tonight. Quakers got a big dub on Saturday. Carson Rhodes had 11 Ks. Darius Beck went 4 for 4. Lane Rhodes showed up again, the YSU recruit. So I'm interested to see this Crestview team for the first time this year tonight to stack up against Salem, because Salem's making some waves here in the area, boys. As Quinn and Billy, obviously, at the Canfield game, bailing me out there. So thank you to them. But, I think we're in for a dandy tonight here at the Ray. You guys saw some decent baseball yesterday. You and Jeff and Matt, you guys had the real A team there. Talk to me about what you saw. Is West Branch the real deal?
Yeah, I think that they've got a chance to really make some noise. I'm real interested to see them match up against Salem. They beat a really good Alliance squad. Even with Gavin Brittany on the bump, they were able to, overcome him and beat them early in the season. And then, like Paige says, yeah, they definitely beat up on that Portland team over the weekend. A combination of some good arms and some really timely hits. Just nice piece of hitting, going back up the middle all the time on him. Seemed to find the gaps out there, and a couple of big shots to clear the bases when they had opportunities.
All right, so that's the analytical approach. Jeff, your take.
You just saw who the better team was and who had more experience, and it was West Branch. I talked to Billy last night, and he told me that Poland's a bunch of sophomores, so they're young. And you just saw it. West Branch took advantage of just 3 errors in one inning, really broke that inning open. I really thought Poland could get out of the inning. They had a bobble on third. The third baseman threw a bad throw over to first, and then they had a pop fly that they could have caught, and West Branch took advantage of it.
Awesome. I love hearing. I mean, here's the thing: is West Branch, we all know, doesn't get the near amount of love that they deserve when it comes to sports. So we're here to fix that, and appreciate you guys going out there and showing the Warrior Nation a little bit of love. But I'm more interested here because Quinn and Billy jumped, and I mean jumped, at the opportunity to go to Canfield and handle this game tonight. The Tigers coming into the Cardinal Nest, boys. What are you expecting? What are you most excited about to see Canfield do tonight?
Well, a lot of these kids that you know of already play for me or have played for me. You got Macleaka and Snyder and Slanker and Havrilla and Petro and Shaw. All these guys were Astro guys or come around to Max. So anytime you told, hey, you want to go do Canfield, I'm about that life because a lot of these guys I support every day. And I love these guys, and I love the way they play. And Coach Nettle is on top of that. With Coach Havrilla, and the list goes on. They got Sabu, who I coached last year at Ursula, and is now a JV coach over here. So a lot of cool things, and they happen to play an alma mater of mine today. So that's be the first time you get a chance to do a Newton Falls game. So and Chad Rankin, a good friend of mine and friend of the family, and we graduated high school together. So they get a chance to be on YSN and promote their team as well. So,
now, how close are you to knowing what Newton Falls has to offer this season? I know you guys did the head at home. I mean, what was the insight from Chad on what to expect and what he's looking for out of Tigers?
So this is the team that Newton Falls. This is the team that these guys are juniors and seniors, and they've been playing travel ball together since 12. So this team is finally, even with the season last year not having it, this has been the year that they've been looking forward to come back and try to win a league championship for the first time since 2004. And it's been a long time because Newton Falls isn't familiar with winning league championships, and this is an opportunity. And I would say they're a top 3 team in the NVAC to go into this. So this is a great bar for them. They Newton Falls for years, they play in their little bubble and they play league games, and then they kind of play Wyndham and Garrettsville. They don't really come out this way, and they have never really come out this way to Mahoning County. So you're playing the best that there is in the Valley today, and this is a good measuring stick for them to go forward and to try to compete in that gauntlet Division III tournament that's going to be this year. There's so many good teams in Division III this year, it's disgusting. Thank God I'm not this year because I don't want to be having that headache of preparing for South Range and Tri-C and West Branch and Mooney and Ursula, and there's just a not Sebring, not that they're not good. Springfield, there's so many good teams in Division III. LeBray champion. Division III is for baseball is a murderer's row.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet for sure. So here's my question. Would you rather be in the spot of Newton Falls tonight where you're going up against the area's best, or would you rather already be the area's best in a situation where if you lose, there might be people shaking their head and saying, eh.
Well, I always want to be the best. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, Canfield just got to come out and do what they do. They're going to have Jake Snyder on the mound tonight. He's a freshman lefty. Throws about 78 to 80 miles an hour, good hook. This is a good opportunity for him to get some PT on the mound and go out and beat a team that's going to swing the bat and that's not afraid of the challenge. I mean, you talk about like East Palestine, not getting that love and Grit City and all that. That's Newton Falls to a T. I mean, they're homegrown kids. They're farm boys essentially. They're grimy and gritty, and they go out and improve themselves. And this is no better place for them. But if I had to pick, I'd rather deal off the top of the deck than the bottom. If you know what I mean. So
I like that. Quinn, how about you? Would you rather be the guy that wants the upset, or would you rather have the opportunity to be upset and be at the top of the standings?
Well, for this game specifically, I mean, come on, I graduated from Canfield. I'm going to be a Cardinal. It's just the way it's going to be. Plain and simple. Plus, I could see my house from here, so I enjoy doing games where I can see my house. That's
Newton Falls alumni. This is the game today. So
that's what I'm saying.
Everybody picks Canfield. I mean, come on, Billy.
Will you guys be like 1-1, or Billy, are you going to try to be 50-50?
It's so weird because I've coached more varsity games at Canfield than Newton Falls as a coach. So it's like I played at Newton Falls, but I've coached a season here at Canfield. And then you got guys like Rick Havrilla, who is like probably the best human being in the entire universe. So
I don't know if you knew this. He's the number 1 state-ranked third base coach in Division II.
Yes, PBR has that officially ranked at there. I did see that. So awesome people. Coach Gary Niddle worked with them. So it's like I'm expecting to be really close for a while, and then we'll see what happens. Because the problem has always been when you talk about that underdog story. If you let them hang around, anything can happen, So if Canfield doesn't come out ready to play, Newton Falls will feel like they belong and they have talent enough to kind of stay with it. the ball bounces here, ball bounces there. You never know what happens.
It's interesting because Canfield is one of those teams that, and I think you'll probably find this out again tonight, unless something sparks early. Canfield likes to kind of get warm as the season or as the game goes on. So the first 3 innings, typically they're slow portion, and then they explode 4 through 7, and they continue to just roll through teams. I mean, undefeated, still 4-0 on the year, and they're beating up on Hoban. They had that big win over Salem to start the year, but you look at. Pitching can get to them early in the at bats, so I'm interested to see if they can start kind of growing the run scoring a little bit earlier as the season moves on. So we'll see.
I'm being told that Newton Falls is going to have a senior pitch today, so they're going to come after
senior versus a freshman.
They're going to come after Canfield with everything they got. I mean, this is a big. If they come out and win this game, this is a huge win for Coach Rankin, for the Newton Falls Tigers, program wise. I don't remember the last time these guys played. Like I don't think it was ever before when I was there all the way to 2000. So it would have had to be in the 90s or 80s the last time that they even maybe played.
So somebody who's in that position a lot, Coach Seidel, when you look at, in a situation where you're not afraid of taking on teams that have a better record than you, that go up and are, state contenders. You look at Springfield, for instance. Obviously, they're in your league, but you're not afraid of backing your kids down. You want the opportunity to make those waves. If you're in the dugout right now for Newton Falls, what are you telling your kids?
Yeah, it's opportunity of a lifetime. Play out of your shoes, swing above your weight class, and take a puncher's chance in this thing and see what happens. If you can put something together early and maybe ride that wave and ride that emotion that you get an early lead in the game, who knows what happens, and it's an opportunity for you guys to get some press here, and be talked about as the team that did it.
So with that being said, we turn the tide over to our favorite motivational speaker, Mr. Jeff Betos, as we are going to have the locker room pep talk from Coach Betos. Jeff, you have the floor.
Well, if I'm going to do something like a motivational pep talk to Newton Falls, is that it's pretty simple. It's that no one thinks we could beat them. You hear about the hype of Canfield, how good they are year in and year out, how we have a bunch of experience, and they're throwing and you could even play it off like Canfield's throwing a freshman pitcher at us. They don't respect us. Let's take that as a disrespect. Let's use that for a chip over his shoulder. Let's get this on this kid early. Let's get some base runners. Let's score some runs. Tell Canfield we ain't going to back down. On the opposite end, like Canfield, you just got to look at it and go, we're going to take care of business. This team they can't hang with us. We got more arms. We got better bats. We're better than them. We know we are better than them. We've beaten everybody senseless since the beginning of the year. Now, let's just keep this rolling and keep it moving and slay the tiger and walk out of here with a dub. That's all that matters.
What was that last part?
Dubs.
Slay? Would you say slay the tiger or slight of the tiger?
Slay the tiger. Get dubs. That's all.
Get dubs. All right.
Slay the tiger. Slay the tiger.
What do you want to know?
I hope you fall down the stairs tonight when you leave that press box, Billy, and you literally have to wheel in a wheelchair for 2 months.
Why do you wish bad things upon me? I say nothing but great things about you.
No, Billy, I'm done with you right now.
The man invites you to brunch all the time. And
I don't
continuously nasty to him.
Coach, quit it, Coach.
Did you leave a tip last time, Jeff?
Yo, I left a good tip last time. I did.
Was the waitress attractive then? Is that why you left a tip?
I don't know where we were. Oh no, we went to the Mexican restaurant in Canfield. I don't know its name, and I left a $10 tip. $10 is a lot.
How many beers did you have for cervezas?
One.
That is a good tip.
One or two. One or two beers. That's it.
That's like 100% tip.
I also had food, so it was like a $24 tip or $24 or something like that was my bill.
All right. Well played. You learned your lesson. Billy and Kate taught you well.
It was more Kate probably than Billy, but okay.
I can respect that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a little early break today. When we come back, we'll talk about a question that popped up actually in Canfield, as I was sitting there hanging out with the Cardinals. Would you rather hit the longest home run of all time or have the most home runs of all time? That's a question. Noodle on it for a minute and think about it. We'll be back right here on the YSN Power Hour, brought to you by these awesome sponsors, including Myers Family Insurance.
High-res futurecast shows steady snow for the next few hours.
Still just downright cold.
It is bitter out there.
Several strong bands of lake effect snow.
Wind is kind of the big story today as well.
So if you need a more detailed winter forecast on WFMJ.com and the Storm Tracker 21 app.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
I went to Greenwood Chevrolet because I was really interested in looking at the tracks.
Because I wanted my dream truck.
Because I've been going there for 20 years.
I'm really happy that I went to Greenwood Chevrolet.
Because they really went
the extra mile for me.
Now we're going the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you live from Salem, Ohio at Ray Resbeck Field, where the Crestview Fighting Rebels will take on the Salem Quakers here at 5 p.m. Billy and Quinn are in Canfield and are currently muted, trying to get their stuff up and ready. Jeff is, I believe, in his home, and he will have Poland and, did you say Jefferson?
Yeah.
Poland and Jefferson tonight, and Matt is going to join me here in Salem. Right after the Power Hour. Gentlemen, before the break, I asked you if you'd rather hit the longest home run of all time or the most home runs of all time. And I'm interested because longest home run, you think that's probably about, I don't know the exact, but 600 feet, something like that. And you look in high school, you hit a ball 480 and you're pretty popular with the ladies because you just flex on it, right? But if you hit 10 home runs and lead the team, that's pretty cool too because you're helping your team out at the same time. Jeff, I'm interested for this take. What would you rather have, the most home runs or the longest home run?
The most home runs is it. If I could do something in baseball, and I never did, hit the most home runs. So yeah, most home runs, I'm good. That's it.
Did you ever hit a home run?
I hit one home run in my
inside.
Yeah, inside the park. It was Pony League baseball. Jeff,
how far did that roll down the wall?
Coach Fish was my coach for Pony League.
How many errors did it take for him to?
It didn't. It hit a rock in the outfield. We were playing.
DJ, that's where I'm going. It's like, oh yeah, it's a home run. You touched all bases, but like there was 6 throwing errors.
No, what it was, I hit the ball back up the middle, and it hit like a rock and went over the center fielder's head. I think we were playing like Jackson Milton. And I got to like second base, and Coach Fish was like, "Can't stop him, can't stop the train." So he sent me anyway. So I got an inside the park home run hit on like Father's Day.
Does anybody feel like, I know we've heard that story before, but I'm still not buying it, that it was a grounder up the middle, hit a rock, and hopped over the center fielder?
I'm buying this.
We're gonna have to get Coach Fish on to confirm that story.
I feel like Coach Fish would side with Matos.
Yeah, no, he was literally a third base coach.
I'm not buying it though. It had to be like a Little League home run.
No, it was Pony League.
Close enough.
Well, Little League field probably, yeah, because it's Jackson Milton. They don't really. They can't.
Whoa! Jackson Milton's got fantastic field, by the way.
It's probably the old field though.
It was.
It's Little League. It's probably
all dirt infield.
They're great.
Jeff, do you know what a Little League home run is?
Is that the one out in Ellsworth?
What is what? A Little
League. Was it the field out in Ellsworth?
Behind the fire station?
Yeah.
I have no
Jeff,
clue.
That's a question for you.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Not going to lie to you.
Okay.
Do you know what a Little League home run is, Jeff?
No.
About 220.
I'm talking like the way it works is a little league home run. Basically, the kids throw the ball around the entire time you're running.
No. It bounced over the kid's head. I take it as a good hit. I hit a home run. So screw it.
Yeah, they probably caught the ball and Jeff just kept running. Called home run.
Come on, Jeffy!
No, it's not going to say that. You know what? I'm just going to keep that one in my head.
Both teams dove out of the way of the ball. And
Coach Fish is like, hey, we got this one guy. We got to let him get a hit. he gives the signal to the other team.
Get him out.
LFA Loco.
I don't like him on here anymore.
We love having you. All right, Matt, what would you rather have? Would you rather have the longest home run or the most home runs?
Yeah, so as a guy that only ever hit one in my high school career, I'm going to take the longest home run of all time. That feeling of hitting even just one in your career, to be able to say that you've got the longest, I think that'd be really something cool to talk about for a long time.
I like it. Here we go. I can't. It's either too bright or too dark in here. If I put the shades down, it's too dark. But if I take them off, I feel like I can't see. Speaking of home runs, no shot that Babe Ruth hit a 500 plus.
Shut up, Michael Page. Go back in your hole and crawl back in your hole and stay there. All right.
We're just
are you advocating for Indian hate, Native American hate, Jeff?
No, I'm not.
Because that was the hole that Page was in.
He just needs to go back there and just stay. I'm not. Don't just. Whatever.
All right. I think Babe Ruth would have hit a 500 plus foot home run.
I can buy it.
Quinn and Billy say no.
No chance.
Let's go to that square. Longest home run or most home runs?
So I'm gonna assume, okay, because I hit 12 home runs as a high school player. So I'm gonna assume that's maybe the most on the show.
Definitely not.
Look who you're going against.
I don't care.
How many?
Yo, T-ball doesn't count, Billy.
What's that?
T-ball doesn't count.
Over the fence, Jeff. Not like, hey, hit a rock in left field and just kind of went around, right? So,
hey, inside the park, since home run's a home run, Billy. Don't have to be over the fence.
14 errors on the play.
Right. So I'm going to say I'd rather have the most home runs. Give me that status of like Barry Bonds. I mean, all right, so you're stronger than I am, or you caught a fastball that was 101 miles an hour and created that velocity off the bat. I'm going to go ahead and say I'd rather have the most. And can you imagine my pimp swing? I would throw this bat into the other dugout. Like, it would be amazing. Like Joey Batista, gone every time.
Did you seriously? Did you like crown yourself the king of home runs on the Power Hour?
I think you did.
Did that actually happen?
I mean, Jeff said one. Coach Seidel said one. I didn't hear. You didn't go yet, so I don't know. But he's got a whole goose egg here. So
what's your number?
12.
Oh yeah, you got me.
So
I didn't play baseball. That doesn't count. I got more basketball.
No.
You do, and I have 0. So we flip flop on the basketball.
I want the most all the time. Just simple. That means I played the longest. It means I got paid. So give me that.
Played the longest.
Yeah, got to play a while to hit what 750, 752, 763 or something like that.
I thought it was 755. I don't know.
Whatever. Got to play a while. So that means you get paid. So I'll take that.
Quinn's all about getting paid.
I'll tell you what though, if I ever hit a home run here, my bat would have been in my backyard. That's how far I would have thrown it.
You would have chucked it? Like what direction? If you're at home plate standing, which direction is your house?
So if you're sitting in the box where we're at, if you look over the dugout that's right there, you'll see the top of my house by the
third base dugout?
Yes.
You and Richie.
Yep.
Which, by the way, please move, Billy, because you can see Richie in the background. I'm pretty sure.
We'll just
look at.
We'll take a nice little walk.
Oh, there he is!
Look, there he is.
There he is.
Look at that kid.
Giuliano in the house.
A young legend.
Just a puppy.
Let's do one of these.
Hang on. Yeah, let's get a zoom in. Here we go.
On it right there. There he is.
Look at that. Just a puppy. He didn't even know what was going to go on.
He's just a baby.
He didn't know he was going to be a living legend. What a guy. What a story.
Team, though.
That's a pretty good team.
That's actually a really good team.
Canfield's had some good teams. You can say that.
I'd say.
The only one that would not say that would be Paul Munson.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in.
By the way, they wanted
doesn't believe in Canfield. I think I would rather have. I'm torn on this because I like hitting home runs because it's betters your team as long as they're not Han Solos. But I'll say this: if you hit a bomb, I'm talking like 480, 500-foot shot, right? You get the right to flex for the rest of your life. You hit the 5 bill mark.
What is the
longest throwing you a fastball? What
is the longest?
582 feet.
Wasn't it Lou Gehrig or somebody?
It was Joe Mauer and and another guy.
582.
Joe Mauer hit that?
Extreme. How the hell did he hit a 582-foot home run at the moon?
It was Joe Mauer did it at Mile High Stadium in Denver.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Of course,
you say Google's wrong.
It would if I did it.
Yeah, it's like he had to play at Colorado.
Hitting home runs in Mile High doesn't count.
No. It's like pitching stats at Mile High. They're just don't even count.
I don't. You know what? It still counts. Okay.
It doesn't.
It still counts. All right. If he hits it in Youngstown, Ohio, 582 feet, it counts.
That'd be impressive.
But if he hits it in Denver, it don't count.
Dude, Joey Meyer, not Joe Mauer.
I was close.
Can we go back to the start of the show when I said Jeff was an idiot?
Can we all say that Quinn, you look like an homeless Amish person?
At least I don't look
Well,
like
if you're Amish, you build houses. You would never be homeless.
And you also
suck it, Jeff.
To answer Paige, there are valid home runs, but distance home runs don't. That's not a record there.
You got to throw that out the window.
Yeah.
Why?
A minor leaguer.
But didn't baseball do something with the baseball there? Like Major League Baseball said, we're gonna load the baseballs or decom. I don't know what they do.
Didn't they do something this year too? They made like the baseball. I don't know what they did, but I was watching the Yankees game and they did something with the baseball where it's not flying as far anymore.
Yeah, shocker that the Yankees did something to a baseball. We're all.
Oh no, the MLB did. Shut up.
Yeah, it's just not wound as tight. So have you ever taken a baseball apart, Jeff?
Yes. I sit on the bench, so I get really bored.
Not wound as tight. That's all that means. If it's really tight, that means the ball will fly. If it's a little bit looser, the ball's a little bit more dead.
But don't they put the ball in a humidor in Colorado?
They do. That has happened. Yeah, that does happen.
Okay.
Why do they do that?
Because it's the air is so light in Colorado.
So what happens if I put my ball in my humidor?
You'll never hit a home run in Ohio.
Okay.
You wouldn't need to do it here.
What you do is you put your a wet baseball, in the microwave and see what happens to it.
Don't do that.
We're not doing this one
show tomorrow. I'm coming down.
Boom!
I don't care. Yeah. Listen, if they explode, they don't last long. Somebody gave me that, like if the ball's waterlogged, you throw it in the microwave for 10 seconds or something, and it evaporates some of the dampness out of it. I think I hit 1 minute instead of 10 seconds, and that ball was toast.
Does it blow up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to try it.
Did it hurt the microwave?
Yeah, probably.
I don't remember. We were in college, so I didn't. Nothing counts in college. They put baseballs in humidors. Yeah, see, we knew that. Interesting. So, from a standpoint, here's my question. Billy and I kind of had this conversation last night. Softball is like the undiscovered sport. All right, nobody wants to cover it. Nobody wants to talk about it. But you look at some of these softball performances we've seen just in the first 2 weeks of the season. you're seeing no-nos, you're seeing perfectos, you're seeing there's a lot of talent in this area. What is it about softball that the majority of the media just doesn't want to pay attention to it and doesn't want to show up for and give it its just due? Billy, what's your take?
I'm just going to be blunt with this. And this is my opinion. I don't feel this way because I love both sports, but it's just because it's covering women. In general. And I'm not afraid to say that, and nobody else should be either. It's just that kind of is the feel, inside the media, whether it's local media or whatnot. There's a lot of men who cover things, and they want to cover things that they feel familiar with. So, every man, for the most part, has experienced some shape of baseball, whether it's youth ball, t-ball, playing catch with dad in the backyard or grandpa or even mom. At some point, they've experienced it, so they feel comfortable enough to talk about it. Softball nowadays is there's a ton on ESPN. ESPN does a lot of coverage on softball and women's softball, and Anthony could say this too. But it's a great sport. It's fast paced. It's up tempo. The games go really fast, but everything matters. So in baseball, you can have 3, 4, 5 errors in a game and it still be kind of close. You do that in softball, it's over. You're too far behind to catch up because these pitchers are dominant on the mound. And what's great about softball is they can come right back the next day to throw, because the underhand motion is a natural motion in the body, where an overhand motion is wear and tear. You're seeing kids today, Tommy John, having lat surgeries and all kinds of things that go on that pitching softball wise can go for a long way.
So let me ask you this. You think it comes down to not comfortability with the knowledge of the game, but more that you'd rather cover baseball, or I say you obviously loosely as a general term, but people would rather cover baseball because of it's boys playing and not girls?
I think so.
I can see that.
I believe that's more the case than not. For me, I enjoy covering both. Talent's talent to me. I'm a baseball, softball guy, so I see the talent. It's similar talent. So there's a lot of things that are similar inside the game. It's always weird because I had this conversation with somebody, and I can't remember who it was. We were talking about why it's not called women's baseball, considered by the difference of being softball. And my opinion immediately came to, well, I think it's because they have that women's softball in the 40s, the League of Their Own story. That was women's softball, and they wanted to keep that in the Hall of Fame and kind of glory days, to where they created basically a new sport to come up with softball. And that was just off the cuff. But Quinn, you looked it up and came up with why it wasn't. I can't remember why it was, but it was pretty interesting to say the least.
It is interesting. We've all kind of experienced softball in many different ways. I've been a fan of it for a long time, but I will say this. We have someone on staff that does an unbelievable job at covering softball in Anthony. And if you just pick his brain for 10 minutes, he'll tell you more about the game of softball than you've ever known before. So I think we're really fortunate when it comes down to it, because we have others that we can lean on. And dude, I can't wait to get out to the softball field this week and cover some softball.
Yeah, I'm going to do some softball games this week too. I think tomorrow I'm going to do a game, and then I think Wednesday and Friday I'm going to do a softball game. I will say this with confidence: there's better softball teams that will go further this year than baseball in our area.
Wow.
I think that's.
I feel like we're going to have 3 district championships in softball, and I don't know if I can say that for baseball this year. That's not that they're not good. I just think that depth across our board of YSN, there's so many talent. There's girls that are going to Penn State and Ohio State and just big time schools that around here. There's kids that are baseball that are going to college to play. It's just, it almost seems like their impact is bigger with their team than it is with the boys. With the boy, it's 4 days. Every 4 days, is going to take them out.
So let me ask you this. That's an interesting observation. So let's talk about, is there more depth in softball or baseball? Is there more talent in softball or baseball that creates those 3 division or district championships that you think that softball is going to win?
Yeah, I believe so. That's my opinion. I think there's more depth across the valley for softball this year than there is with baseball. But that's not to say every year it's different, But this particular year, I truly feel because when we did this at home series, we're looking at teams that like guys who haven't played any varsity level and from their seniors, but they were sophomores the last time they played. They were playing JV, first year experience for baseball. A lot of the girls teams don't have JV programs, so they were as freshmen and they played varsity. I'm seeing a lot more teams out there that are junior, senior heavy in softball compared to baseball, where you're seeing a lot of sophomores and juniors this year than ever before in the Valley.
Interesting.
There's only
Jeff,
one baseball team in the Valley that's got 11 seniors, and that's Western Reserve.
wow, that is knowledge. That is IQ from Billy. I love it. Jeff, your thoughts? I mean, are you excited about covering softball?
Yeah, I would do a softball game all day. Just for the sole fact, like Billy said, there's so much good softball teams. We had 2 no-hitters right now in a perfect game. It's awesome to see that the girls are showing up and showing out, and that softball's awesome. I had a sister that played softball, and it was cool to watch and watch how the game is totally different than baseball compared to like the softball. So yeah, cool with it.
So Brandon says more depth in softball champion, West Branch, Bristol, Matthews, just to name a few who could win state. He's not even stopping at districts. He's saying we're going for the statey. Coach, you feel like softball's got a nice chance here and is getting, I don't want to say they're getting the short end of the stick necessarily, but do you feel like they're getting the short end of the coverage?
Yeah, I just think that, on a local level, it's definitely more baseball-centric coverage. But when you get to the college level, I feel like I see more nationally televised softball games than I do baseball games. I can flip on ESPN or, any one of the alternates, the Ocho or the 2 or whatever, any night of the week and find a softball game. Usually it's like Tennessee or one of the Florida teams that's on. And you can see some really good college level softball, but locally, I do think that baseball gets the majority of the coverage.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, but I think it's baseball. Yeah, around here, it's always been baseball. It's still, I feel like we're still 10 years behind in the area in our Northeast Ohio region. So, when something happens 10 years later, we're going to be shaken by it. But it's interesting to me. I think we got some great spring sports teams that are out there. Billy and Quinn did an absolutely phenomenal job of highlighting them and headed home. And we're wrapping that series up this week. So excited to put a bow on that, on their project, which, again, they did it completely on their own. And I'm so proud of them for doing it because it's what the area needed in a time where this time of year is uncertain as can be with weather and especially with COVID. And you guys did a bang up job. So kudos to you. Unbelievable.
Appreciate that. Also, just to kind of, the series is complete on that, the preview part. There will be a show once a week that we're doing. We're trying to put one out this week just to kind of do a roundup of what's going on in the Valley, of our coverage of YSN schools that are going on baseball, softball related, and we'll have that out to you as soon as we can. And I know we talked briefly on it, but we've been chatting it up today heavily because it's something that we've been wanting to do, and I think it'll be pretty fun. So.
No, I can't wait for that. That's awesome. We got a lot of stuff that's going to happen in the spring and summer this year, breaking down a lot of the barriers. And what I love most about it is you get to see our announcers, our crew in their real state. The unaltered state, like you can't fake it, right? So we're doing winging it. We're going to do the gas station reviews. You guys are going to do headed home. There's going to be some serious stuff. There's going to be some Joker stuff. And I'm excited for it. I just can't tell you how excited I am for where we're at in YSN. We got to get Jeffy some more action because people love Jeff Betos. It's not even close.
Absolutely.
Because I'm an awesome person. That's why they love me.
Okay, well, that lasted all 6 seconds.
Jeff did help us out. He came through clutch for one of our headed home series, so and you can catch that out here. When?
Probably Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday. It'll be out.
Who'd you get?
So he did come through for us, big time.
West Branch coach.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a Coach Seidel filmed it. I just because I didn't want to mess the questions up, so he filmed it and I got the questions to the coach.
He did a great job. He did a fantastic.
By the way, if we need West Branch covered, I'm out there all day. That coach is awesome.
Yeah. Coach
Coach Seidel came through for us too for the Sebring stuff. So I mean, we've got some guys helping us out, and of course we absolutely 100%, 1000% appreciate all the help.
That's awesome. Awesome. I love seeing the teamwork, guys. It's something that just kind of happened. You guys took the bull by the horns and ran with it, and you kind of shared it out. So kudos to you guys for leading the way on that. That's huge. That's it. Because here's the thing: it's never been done before.
Yeah.
Paige saying,
and this is something that we carry over to do every year. So I mean, we kind of put the blueprint out. Next year we'll be better at it. It'll be more efficient. It'll be we'll have it in a maybe a different earlier time frame, but it was something we just got. We're like, hey, let's just go do it on a whim, and just went and did it. I mean, we just kind of went with it, and we had obstacles in the way, and and we learned from it. Next year it'll be a lot better, and I think we have a pretty good idea of how we're going to attack some other things to make it even more efficient and even better. So
look at you guys.
You learn from it, man. That's how we do things at YSN. We go, we fix it, we move forward, and then we try to make it better for next time around.
Amo says, all right, help me out one more time with this last name.
Yeah, he hangs out with Zach Tisch and Tyler Whitlatch. Tyler's the head coach down at Sebring, and Tisch is his assistant coach. And he hangs out with them daily, and they say if you need anything, they're down.
Love it. I love it. I mean, can you feel the momentum? Like, can you feel the momentum shifting back towards our way?
Yeah.
Other people don't like that. We like that a whole lot. We appreciate all the support that we get. The coaches, the players, the parents, the fans, the alumni. We're just here for you. That's the number one sole reason that we are here is because of you. So I'll tell you what we're going to do is we are going to take another quick time out. When we do that, we're going to come back with our G. Berwick Farms What's Your Beef, brought to you, of course, by G. Berwick Farms. Visit them on the web at gberwickfarms.com. When we come back, again, it's filet, it's beef. It's right here on the YSN Power Hour. Coming up after this.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
And welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you live from Salem, Ohio. We got Quinn and there's Billy.
Billy's neck.
We can't hear you.
I'm helping out here to get this music running for them, so they got this music in the speakers, and I'm like, up in here, like, hey.
There we go. Hey, I need you to do me a favor. If you see Mary from Moments by Mary, I need you to give her.
Right
there she is. I thought I saw you. The legendary Mary from Moments by Mary. And I'll tell you, we just want to thank you so much for the photos you give us of the Canfield boys. It means so much to us.
Oh, you're welcome. I keep listening. You guys take what you want.
Thank you very much. We just had to give you some acknowledgement because you are a legend.
Aw, thanks.
You got it. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Billy, are you going to help her out with the music?
I'm working on it.
We're working on it. She's
All
mostly.
right, you want to go first? That way you can bounce.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead,
Where'd
Ron.
Quinn go?
We got.
I called for help. They're coming.
We got a special. We're trying to figure out with the rain coming in, so we're trying to be careful. We want to get rid of our fence view, so we're doing some things.
Is it really coming?
It looks like it's probably going to come right at 5 o'clock, and then be right by us. So we're
Great.
trying to figure out some situations, and we're going to make this broadcast the best that we can. So.
That a boy. All right, we'll spin it down to Coach Seidel. We'll have him start us off with today's G-Berry Farms. What's your beef? What's your filet? Coach, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm taking a filet today, and it's going to be one that probably surprises some people, but I'm going to show some love to West Branch. You know, there's not a lot of love lost between the Sebring and West Branch communities most of the time, but getting out there on Saturday, getting a chance to do a game with Jeff, and, you know, the people out there couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been more accommodating to the two of us. You know, really, really impressed by that West Branch baseball team. And like Coach Molinax was telling us, you know, to have two coaches at basically every single position is just phenomenal for them. And the amount of coaching knowledge and guys that have done it at the college level and now are back to do it for their local high school, just really cool to see.
Love hearing that. Paige talking about Ohtani pitching almost 100 pitches, and he almost got hurt again. Jeffrey, what is your beef? What is your filet?
Mine's with this is not going to be a surprise. It's with the Yankees losing their series, their opening series against Toronto. Just not good enough hitting. You know, surprise that. Congrats for Gary Sanchez hitting another home run. So
yeah,
it's with the Yankees. He's going to be hot. It looks like he's going to be the captain of the Yankees now. So. Gary Sanchez, captain of the Yankees. It's a dumb pick because in 2 months he's going to be hitting like 114 and have batting on an on-base percentage of like 110. So good job. Have a dude that should be shipped away anyways.
Billy, what's your beef and what's your filet?
So my beef is the fact that Jeff Bezos has a clown hat on at the moment. Yeah, that thing on top of his head.
I'm not a front runner fan like you are, Billy.
You
go ahead, change your team.
Like
when the Padres sell, you go ahead and change your team again. When they sell, you change your team. It's cool.
What do you mean sell? What are they going to do? Are they going to like sell themselves?
If they don't win in 2 or 3 years, they're going to get rid of that. They're going to get rid of that baseball team. They're going to get rid of everybody. And then
rid of who?
If East goes somewhere else, you're going to be a fan of that team.
What are you talking about? Keep mumbling. Go ahead.
Good hit. Good hit. Good hit.
My play today is.
You look like a
man, I was going to sound like Ty, but like I'm pretty excited to do. I know, like I said, I know a lot of these kids here. I've coached a lot of these kids out here at Canfield, and you know, obviously I'm from Newton Falls, so it's a pretty exciting day, and it's a clutch move by the Prez to switch himself out here and let me take control out here for Canfield for a day. You know, between Richie and our president, Canfield's a great setup out here. So somebody needs to be on the horn going, I want to go do Canfield games because you're literally in a box protected by the elements. You got a great place. You got probably one of the best coaches and coaching staffs across the valley that would do anything for YSN, and how I'm here is a blessing, but how there's not somebody here every day, not named Mac or Presidente or, you know, Richie, is crazy to me. Somebody should have jumped on this ship all year.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm jealous. I'm jealous, but I'm not. I like being here at Salem. I think that tonight is a great night for YSN because we get to feature, again, like we do every single night outside of Easter and major holidays. We get to feature the area's finest, and we get to do it our way. So I can't wait to do Crestview and Salem tonight. I was looking forward to the old doubleheader, the two-ski, but that'll have to wait 24 hours. I'll get Canfield tomorrow, get a look at the Cardinals, and then Coach and I will be off to Louisville to watch the other Cardinals. The Mooney Cardinals take on the Louisville Leopards. So just blessed to do what we do. I mean, you know, every time we have a day off, I just think of more stuff that I'd like to do, and you guys never say no. So excited to get more games underway here tonight. Appreciate the support from Channel 21 WFMJ and their sports crew that continue to just every day just pump out the games that we have and the support that we have from them. It means the world, and from all of our sponsors as well. I mean, never have I made a call and said, hey, we're looking to do this. Is it feasible? Is this something you'd want to be a part of? And they say no. So give credit where credit's due. Give credit to our sponsors on the top of the page, as well as all over the site. You're going to see them all over ysnlive.com tonight. If you didn't see the rundown, head over to ysnlive.com/live. We have every game up to date. If games get canceled, we'll have the alerts on ysnlive.com and, of course, on our social media page. But that's going to do it for our show today for the YSN Power Hour. We will see you guys tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on the network. So long, everybody.